Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Talbot TV. Today we're going to work on Challenge 2, Manual Straightening. This is Mr. Afflerback. Welcome back. All right, so let's do a little recap from Challenge 1. Here was our plan. So there's our 4 meters stations, and there's our box. We're going to take our robot, and we're going to go 1 meter and back. We're going to go 2 meters and back. Then 3 meters and back, then 4 meters and back. Now, that was the plan. Now, let's look at reality. This is what actually happened with most of you. This is what it actually did, so it went kind of haywire and worse, and then we're going to do that. Now, let's stop the insanity. Some of you have already made this switch in Challenge 1 to correct yourself. So, here's our challenge this time. This is going to be a little bit easier. Depends on how you look at it, I guess. But we are going to place 2 bottles at the end. They're going to be 40 centimeters apart. And our robot is just going to have to drive straight and get through the bottles and not knock them over. So this is going to be like football. This would be like kicking the football through the uprights. So that is going to be our goal and our challenge for Challenge 2. Let's look at the pseudocode, pretty basic this time. We are going to, there's our bottles. There, we're going to drive through, and our pseudocode is going to be pretty simple. Move forward 4 meters or 4 plus meters. I want you to go through the uprights and not just to the uprights. So, or bottles. So we're going to say, move forward 4 plus meters. So here's our new concept for this time. We're going to manually adjust our motor power. So here's our 2 commands for motors, and here's our robot. Now, if this is what happens, if we are bearing left, as you can see, we bore left. So let's watch that again. So we're turning left. Okay, what does that mean? Well, that means that our right motor is going faster than our left motor, causing our robot to bear to the left. So how can we fix this? Well, let's look at our code. All right, so we could speed up the left motor would be one way to fix our code. So in this case, we're going to take our left motor code from 63 and we're going to make it, let's say, 70. So we're going to see if that will straighten us out. Now, this number 70 is going to be a number that we're going to have to try to see whether that actually works for us. So our ultimate goal is to make our robot go straight, and that would be the perfect setup. So if we're going left, we need to speed up the left motor so it balances it out. All right, so let's move on to the opposite. If we are actually getting our robot and we're bearing to the right, we're going to have to do kind of the same thing. In this case, the left motor is going too fast. So we change our right motor in this case, so we need to speed up our right motor. Now we could do the opposite. We could slow down our left motor and keep the right motor at 63. I don't know, for me, I just tend to make things go faster. So in that case, once we do this and we figure out after some trial and error, we figure out that we can go straight. Here's something to note. I haven't said this before, but certain things need to be in integers. An integer means it's not going to have decimal places. It's actually called an integer command, and it will not take 70.5. So don't think changing it by 0.5 will work, because it really doesn't. It actually will not work, and it will actually truncate the 0.5 and just go back to 70 anyway. So there's no difference between 70, 70.1, 70.2, 70.9 will still get truncated back to 70. So keep that in mind, that we need to put our motor's powers in integers and not have decimal places. Just for reference, decimal places in computer language are called floats, F-L-O-A-T. And that just means that it has a decimal point that can move around. All right, so let's get some coding done. So here's our code from Challenge 1. So what I would do is go to Challenge 1 code, open it up, and then save it as Challenge 2 in your file, in your Robotics 1 file. So we then change it to challenge 2 rev 1. So now we have a file that we can edit. All right, so let's look at our task. Our task from the pseudocode is pretty simple: move forward plus 4 plus meters. So we're going to take our comments. We're going to change it from move forward 1 meter to move forward plus or 4 plus meters. Okay, we're going to adjust the correct motor. So in this case, we're going to say bearing right. So we're going to change our right motor. And we're going to change our pause time to 7,000 milliseconds. That's just a guess. We could check that, bring that number in from our experience from Challenge War. And we want to delete the old code and then bring our close of our curly bracket up. So that's all that we have to code. Okay, so we're going to run our first trial. Did you split the bottles? Okay, we need to adjust your power or your time. Okay, try again until you do. Last thoughts, good luck with the challenge. This challenge will take persistence. Don't give up. You got this. And if you have any questions, you can certainly email me or visit me during my 7:15 a.m. Zoom.